All right, can you guys hear me? What is up, everyone? What is up? I think we're good. I think we're live. Let's see. Yeah, I believe we're good. What's up, Cha? What's going on, my man? He wants to leave the shadow realm. Yeah, we all do. What's up, DZ? If you're still here. Fat Dog and Me, Mamo, Ando, and XRP. Wow. Coming out the gate strong, huh? Let me bring up a thing so I could write some of these down. But yeah, how's everyone doing? Oh, we got Kura back in the house. What's up, Kura? Been a long time. What do we got? Dog and Me. Yeah, let's see here. We'll get to a couple of them. Fat and XRP. Fat and XRP. All right. Let's see. All right, we got. What's up, Flip Coins? How you doing, my man? Crypto Undead says Silver. What's up, Silver? How you doing? Can you guys hear me okay? Got the cater in the house. Show my bags, brother. We can hear. All right, gotcha. What's up, Slava, my man? How you doing? He says, what's going on here? Nothing. The market sucks. What's up, Chris? Chris in the house. I don't know how to say your name, really. Lowski. I'll call you Lowski. What's up, Lowski? Kalowski. You're at work listening. Please, bullish TA. Yeah. I mean, overall, macro-wise, as you guys know, we're macro bullish. We're almost there. What'd you say? Bitcoin's going crazy on Binance. Let's see. You were never here and I was late. Yeah, the streams have been kind of iffy lately. But yeah, we're back today. We got 20 people in here already. Only 3 minutes in, so not bad. Welcome to the Shadow Realm, the Bear Show. Bitcoin. What is this? The Bitstamp chart. But yeah, I was looking at this, and we're still on track. We're probably on track for something like this to happen. We'll get into some coins in a minute, but I drew this here. This, of course, is 2018 top. And if you just draw a box, we came back down for the bear market low, back tested, and now we have the same thing going on. So shoot up to about 170, 180K, put in a lower high, and then it's over, back down to the box for the bear market. So Bitcoin potentially is going to go back down to what? 60 to 70, maybe 50K in the bear market. Would be the perfect time to scoop some up. Let's check out Bitcoin and see the Binance chart. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Still extremely bullish looking on the Binance chart here. And then, I mean, we've had BNB. What else is out there? Ethereum. All these coins are making new highs. Like BNB here is doing the same thing it did last time. Like right in here. All right, put in a new high. It was grinding up and then it just blasted out of here. So we're right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but we're right there. We already made the new high. It's only a matter of time before a giant green candle spawns in. We're right on the edge. So you guys waiting for some bullish news. We're right there. It's going to happen in the next couple of months. You guys are going to make all kinds of money. All right, let me get back over to the chat. Let me go ahead and pull up Dog and Me. Dog and Me is not doing anything, so we'll look at it. Let's see. I don't think there's anything pumping. Where's my man Alan with the news? What's pumping? And I mean pumping, not doing nothing. 5% move. Yeah, Dog and Me hasn't moved. Let's go back to the chat. What's up, Dustin? Lunar eclipse coming up. Could cause some volatility. That's when I will do my last buy. What's up, Dave? How you doing? But no, like I just said, but every chart I'm looking at is we're right there. The Bitcoin chart, the Ethereum chart, the BNB chart. What else? What else made a new high? Tron. Uh, did Solana make a new high? Well, let me finish dogging me. I don't know if DZ's still here, but we're not gonna keep going over the same coins all the time because we're getting too close to the end now. Same thing with dogging me. The chart is curled up here. You're still putting in higher lows, and we're holding that support at the 236 here. And then if we take it in the other direction, of course, let's see what we hit. But there's really nothing to say on dogging me. It's been going sideways for a very long time. Yeah, it's holding right on the 0.5 support. So without picking at it too much, as long as you're putting in the higher lows, grinding our way up, at some point we're going to have those candles spawn in that takes us up. And then of course dogging me, I don't have a crystal ball to say where it's going to end up because there's just too many coins now. 1 to 2 pennies, I think is what we've been saying. 1.5 pennies, it's a 30x, and then if it hits 2 pennies, it's a 40x, 43x almost. I don't know where it's going to go. Personally, if I had dogging me, if it hits a penny, I'm out. That's almost a 20x to a penny. What was the other one? No, we're not. Oh, no, Kerr. We're not in a bear market. The alt season's not even here. That's what I just showed on the Bitcoin chart. We have a couple of months left, and then it'll go into the bear market. What's up, Cryptic? How you doing, my man? What's up, crypto adoption? Caspa new high. Did Caspa hit a new high? What's up, Undead? Can you look at Wormhole for me? How high you see Turbo going? What's up, Guy? Yeah, Turbo, I mean, I'm not in the market anymore. I wasn't even really in it, but Turbo is one of the coins. We'll go over Turbo because Turbo is one of the coins that I would definitely put some decent amount of money in right now. Same thing with Ondo. Let's see. Let's look at Ondo really quick. Ondo and then Wormhole. But we're just not moving yet. We're not doing anything yet. We're in the right direction on the macro charts, but if you're looking at shorter time frames, it just seems bearish because we're doing nothing. We've been going sideways for so long now. Ondo looks like dogging me. Like all of these coins look the same. They're getting ready, but they're just not there yet. But Ondo. So Ondo is stuck below the 786, but you are putting in higher highs and higher lows, so it doesn't look horrible. I would say not financial advice, but you know, any time now is a good time to get in on whatever you're going to buy because we're running out of time. Short-term low to the high support right now is about 91, 92. If you stay over that, you're bullish. Any lower than that, then you do run the risk of this thing. You know, if we're going to be bearish in, September now, we'll see how it plays out. But you could have these coins come all the way back down. Still put in higher lows and still be macro bullish. So we'll see how it plays out. Yeah, I think we went over that last time. A lot of 24, 25% drops could be in play if we're going to be bearish in September and then finally bullish maybe in October, November. But yeah, I mean, it's just no one even wants to look at it right now. We thought August was going to be bullish, but it's just not. People aren't here yet. I still think Ondo $20 to $25 is decent. Conservative would be down here somewhere around the $10 area. That'd be a 10x on Ondo. But Sol and Wormhole, I just want to see what Solana did. Oh yeah, Solana did too. It's in the same spot also to where it put in a new high and then it goes sideways and down or whatever it's going to do and then it just blasts out of here. Solana's going to be the next one up. Just like BNB and all these other coins, where they're up here grinding with these little green candles. And then at some point, it's just going to go vertical. Could be, you know, next month. But wormhole. But most of these coins aren't doing anything. XCN I saw was bearish. I think ZBCN, we'll look at ZBCN. What is wormhole token? Is this the right one? So you got 7 pennies. What's up for coins? What if we're not bearish in September? That would be nice. Maybe midway through September we start going up, and then sometime in late October, November, I don't know when it's going to be, to be honest, but we're just getting so close. I don't think there's time for these coins to like break down. I've said that many times, like a broken record. What are y'all talking about? Do you suggest to buy Turbo? Wait, hold on. What's up, O House? I must be really sick in the head. I just bought another 1K of XCN and 2K of Swift. Help me. Yeah, there's still some downside for XCN at the moment, I think. We'll look at XCN. Crow coin to the moon. What's up, Nick? Crow coin. I don't know if I would ever buy Crow. Yeah, let me go over wormhole first. Yeah, if this is the right wormhole, it's just doing nothing. It's down at the bottom. There's nothing bullish on the overall macro chart, but it is holding, depending on where you want to put this at. No, I did just make a lower low, so. But it doesn't look bad. It's holding over the 0.5 support right now. So 7 is your support. If you can hold that and get over 8, you're bullish again. But the same thing a lot of these coins are doing. Just depends on how it's going to end up playing out. Yeah, where's my Texas people at? I know silver's in Texas. Yeah, how many of you guys are from Texas? I got a question for you. Wormhole. Yeah, I don't know what wormhole is. I don't even know if I'm looking at the right coin, but if something like wormhole does a 60x, then we're all making it. But 786 retracement, if it doesn't die from here, takes you up to 84 cents. So $1 wormhole, 13, 14x. So that's not bad. What was the other coin? Turbo and Crow. You suggest to buy Turbo, Slava, ACH, Gay Plus. What? ACH is a good play. ACH is a good play. Kronos is very hot at the moment. I haven't been on crypto.com in a while. Let's see. Wormhole to $2. All right, so I guess I am looking at the right one. Yeah, I mean, if it goes to $2, then that's not bad. About a 28x almost. $1 to $2 on wormhole is what he's saying. All right, Crow really quick here. But yeah, I mean, you guys that have been buying these coins forever, we're almost there. It's almost September of 2025. I can't imagine. I mean, I know we're here already, but it took forever because with the shadow realm and just depression. But we're here now. Yeah, Crow had a nice pump, so everyone's bullish on it, up 85% on the week. It's doing the same thing. That's probably your top for now, so be careful until we actually blast out of here. But it had a decent run. It put in the higher high. Got the perfect market structure for a bull run. Holding the bottom. You're over the 0.5 now, so it'll probably, well, we'll see. But as long as you're over the 382 at 15, you're still bullish. So we could have a pullback all the way down here and then go back up. Because like I said, monthly candles here, yeah, there may not even be enough time for that. September, it's going to pull back down to about 20, 21 cents, maybe a wick below. It's going to hold, and then October is going to come. It's going to start pumping back over 30 cents, and then once it gets over 30 cents, the high to the low, making the market structure here, it's officially going to the moon over 30, in my opinion. Once it gets over 30, especially if we're in October. So maybe a slight pullback to 21, and then bounce back up 30, and then to the target. And now, since it moved up from here, that is a 8.5x to $2, $2.15, $2.14. I think that's where it's headed to, $2. But yeah, Crow's on the move at the moment. Crow. What's up, crypto space? Pingu to $1. Yeah, Pingu's gonna be a really good play. I'm getting stuff on social media and little reels and stuff people are sending me, or my kids are sending me, that are actually little reels and stuff of the pudgy penguins. So Pingu's going to be a good play, I think. I don't think you can go wrong. South Texas in the house. Oh, we got Sologenic back in the house. Yeah, we're trying to get to these coins. Let me write some more of these down on my little list so we can not forget them, because I don't want to go over coins more than once. So if you missed Ondo or Dogging Me already, you'll have to rewind. We did Crow. We need to do Memo, FET, XRP, Solo. What was the other one? XCN, Pingu. XCN, Pingu, Turbo. Yeah, Turbo. We're going to go over these coins, so just hold on. Turbo to the moon. Caspa, please. I've got 1.2 million XCN, 600k Jasmy. I'm so deep into crypto. Damn, you got 600,000 Jasmy. Well, I hope it goes to $1, my man. You get 600k. Yeah, we're going to do XCN. Pingu will flip Doge. Yeah, they say that about Toshi and everything else too. So we can't have a handful of coins that are going to replace Doge. It's just Doge is old, so all these new players, all the new meme coins are going to be the new Shibas and Doges. Even he just said Fart Coin. What's up, AZ? Fart Coin would be a good one. Toshi, ZBCN. Pingu to $1, no way. Yeah, there's too many people typing now. All right, let me get some of these off the list now. All right, we're gonna go from the bottom. Let's do Turbo really quick, because Turbo is one of the coins that if I had the money right now, I would absolutely buy. But yeah, silver. Anyone else that's been in Texas, or maybe he's been there, but I actually went to the only casino in Texas yesterday. My first time at a casino, first time gambling. But didn't win anything, but my girl that went with me, she actually sat down at a machine, put her little ticket in, did the dollar spin. First time she punched it, she got the thing going, the wheel hit, $1,000 off a $1 play. I was like, oh my God. And since I'm poor, I went there with, I had $60 to play with. And it sent it to the Shadow Realm. But yeah, I was just wondering if any of you guys have ever been to the casino here in Texas. And I was surprised. There was a lot of people actually winning. Turbo, our new Turbo chart. And I know the last time I brought up gambling or casinos, or we talked about it online stuff, someone got upset and said, "Why are you promoting gambling? I'm out of here." When you're gambling on crypto to begin with. So Yeah, Turbo's in like the prime spot. If I had money to buy Turbo right now, I'd buy it right now. It's down 22% on the month. It just tagged once again the bottom of the wedge. This is what we, if you missed it, whoever asked for Turbo, Turbo, in my opinion, my professional opinion, I'm not a professional. Turbo, as of right now, I would throw money in here, maybe even do a leverage long if I was really safe about it. But I think right now, just to get back to the top of the wedge, if it's not going to be that bullish, which is probably going to go way higher, but just for it to complete what it's doing here, you can see top of the wedge, bottom of the wedge. You're guaranteed from here, not financial advice, my opinion. I would feel extremely confident putting it in a good, decent money. It could still come down. It could still wick down. Just keep that in mind. That's why don't do leverage long, because you'll get liquidated, possibly. But just looking at the macro chart here, guaranteed 8x from here. And the fact that we're in a bull market, all season's coming, Turbo's probably going to shoot up here to about 15 cents. So it could very well be a guaranteed almost 35x from here. Can you imagine that? A guaranteed 35x. It doesn't have to do that. Maybe it hits 5 cents. Now, if Turbo hit 10 cents, I'd probably get out. That's still a guaranteed 10x. I think is very, very likely. But Turbo is in the prime spot right now to be buying it. We zoom into the weekly candles. You're still putting in a higher high, higher low. And if we go from the low, I know I'm spending a little too much time on Turbo, but I'm bullish on Turbo at this point. Yeah, you're at the 3.2 area. So as long as you're over 3.7 and you zoom out and you're holding the bottom, it looks extremely good to me. All right, let me move on here and get back to the chat. So Turbo's out of the way. Pingu to $1. Let's see. I don't think Pingu can hit $1. All right, yeah, see, we got a super chat coming in, so we're going to have to prioritize that. We got, I can't even say your name. Hagita? Hopefully I said that right. Hagita for 1790 Israeli. I think that's the first time I've ever gotten that kind of currency on a super chat. I appreciate it. Much appreciated. I don't know how much that is, but it's much, much appreciated. Pingu's so popular, I think it will bring back retail to crypto. Yeah, you didn't say anything. Let's see if you... Meme, is there any hope? Is that a coin? M-E-E? M-E-M-E. Me. Meme. I said meme. Yeah, what is that? I don't understand. Meme or meme? Let's see here. Yeah, clarify what you want me to look at. I appreciate the 1790. Let's see. Yeah, we had fun. Even though I didn't make any money, everyone around me seemed to be making money. There was a lot of people hitting hundreds of dollars on their little things. I was looking at a couple of people sitting down playing. One guy had 40 grand on his account. And he was just hitting the $5 spins over and over. One guy was doing, I think, $9 spins, and his little thing, his winnings were like 23 grand and going. And I was like, oh my God. But yeah. Actually, I spun once and I ended up winning 60 and then 50 at one point, but then I got greedy and it's all gone. Okay, let me get to this coin here. Meme. Let's see. I appreciate the super chat. Meme in the house. I don't know if that's a coin. I don't think we've ever looked at it. This one? Is there any hope for meme? Let me see if I can find a good chart for it. Meme USD. Yeah, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, let me know if this is the right coin. I'll leave it up for a moment. Yeah, let me know if this is the coin you're talking about. Meme coin. It's sitting at 003. While you're looking at that, oh, approximately $5. Oh, I appreciate that a lot. Meme USDT. Okay, I got you. I think we got it up here. We got Joseph for 2. Joseph says, Tars AI, please. I appreciate the 2, my man. I appreciate the super chats. So you are super bullish on Turbo? Yes. Now that I made that new chart, my man, Turbo's like my number one coin that I just see it guaranteed going up. Well, there's some more coins out there. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's do Tars AI while we're waiting on. Yeah, just let me know if the trading on KuCoin. Okay, gotcha. Let's see. Yeah, we back. All right, let me pull up the meme KuCoin chart for you. So that's where you're buying it from. Yeah, I can't use KuCoin anymore. Meme coin, USDT, KuCoin. Here we go. All right, it is the same one, but we're gonna probably got a better chart. Yeah. Is there any hope for it? Probably not. It's bearish. It looks like it just got stuck at probably right on the 236. If I can get this to move and do anything. Yeah, you smacked perfect smack into the 236. You almost hit the 382 off of the wick, but this is what we're always seeing. A wick above, but you're hitting resistance right on the money. So bottom is not in unless you can stay over. This is monthly candles. We'll zoom in for you. All right, you got a weekly close over, so you're holding. So, and a 3-day, so maybe you'll hold. So we'll keep it on the weekly chart here. So really bullish on it if it stays over. Not bullish, but 4 days left on this candle here. But it is getting stuck on the larger time frame, but you're holding the weekly. But that doesn't always mean that it's going to hold here. A lot of times, if you look at the monthly candles and they hold, then you know something's in play. But we look at the weekly all the time, so we'll say bottom is in over 3, bullish over 5, breakout to the moon over 1. For it to get to 1 penny, which we'll draw another one here in just a moment for a short-term price to kind of watch. But if you can get to, oh yeah, the 3, if you hold over 3, then it may spike up again over the next coming weeks, 70% to 5. Yeah, I don't know what this coin is, but 618 retracement to a penny, and then if it gets out of that. So if you're looking for a moonshot on this one, if it's going to hit a new high, the 1272 at about 16.5 cents is going to be a 52x from here. More conservative target, which is, you know, if it doesn't die from here and it actually does move and people are actually buying this coin, then it'll probably come up here to 2.5, 3 cents and give you anywhere from an 8 to a 10x. Yeah. I mean, it's doing what it needs to do now. Hit a bottom, really couldn't go any lower. It was never going back up, and it grinded up with a higher low. And it had a large candle spawn in to get you over resistance to put the bottom in. And the question remains, is the bottom going to stay in, though? So low to the high. Yeah, and you're holding over the 382. So short term, 3 down to 2.9. So 2.96 if you want to be, well, let me fix it. So anywhere in 2.9 to 3, 2.9 to 3. As long as you're over 3, this thing's still bullish. And what was the other one? TARS AI. Yeah, TARS AI will run probably when Solana runs. Yeah, I would imagine when Solana's going to the moon, TARS AI will go to the moon. Yeah, it's been a minute, I guess, since we looked at this one. Let's pull that over from the high to the low. Not looking the best at the moment. Let's see here. All right, we'll just stick with the macro weekly chart. I don't know their coin situation, so I don't know when they're releasing coins, and it's not the biggest respecter, but you can clearly see this area here, this volume area. It's smacked right into that every time, and it's getting stuck. So if this thing ever gets over 15.5 cents, it's going to go to the moon. I think we did this before. We may have a better chart, but I think we used to have a box in here. Anywhere in between the 0.5 from 10 to 15.5 is heavy resistance. If it gets over that, if you're over the 618 at 15.5, then you'll know this thing's going to blast out of here. But right now, it's still bearish below 7.5. But it's not horrible, because this is kind of what you want to see after a move up. The consolidation down and sideways, of course. Once that downtrend is broken, it's still bearish until it breaks that, but how you want to draw it, falling wedge pattern. So long term, that is bullish, but right now it's bearish. Easily could come back down here to 4, 8, 5, whatever you want to call this. So as long as you're below 7.5, you do run the risk of dropping 21%. Easily. And like I said, I don't think it's going to do anything until Solana makes a move. Yeah, you're sitting right on the 0.5 support right now, so you are on support at 6. Any lower than 6, then yeah, 618, 236. Let's see. Yeah, I would say just stick with the weekly. As long as the weekly candles are closing, you have 4 days and 5 hours left. Over 6, and once you break over 7.5, it'll break to the upside. And then that heavy resistance volume area will come into play. And then as for where this one can end up, I appreciate the 6 pennies. I don't know, like I said, I don't know their coins, unlocks, any of that stuff, or the market cap. But it'd be nice if they told you the market cap on here. That's not bad. I think TARS AI is going to be a good play. So 18.5, 19x from here, if it holds up to that dollar range, $1.13. I think TARS AI is going to be a decent play. All right, let me get caught back up, because I know I'm way behind now. What's up, cake face? Solana is going up now. Yeah, but it's not going up. I was in a casino a week ago. All right. If you stream tonight, I can super chat. I don't know what you mean by tonight. I don't know how long we're going to be on here. We may be on here until, I don't know. We'll see. But you guys, you can always go on any live stream and go, if you want to help out the channel, you can always go to any live stream and find the link for the Cash App or whatever it is. So many different ways. But what are we looking at? We did TARS AI. GFI is my biggest loss so far. Hopefully, I see an upside in the coming months. Looks like we're going down again. We got Mavs Man. What's up, Mavs Man? How you doing? I don't think you've been here for a while. Can you check out AOZ? Got Fernando. NXRA to $1. Is that what you mean? Crazy manipulation. Yeah, there's too many people. Too many people have their eyes on it now, but they're not in it yet. But yeah, I thought my first experience at a casino was good. Just gotta go back when I actually have money. But we got Mavs Man for 2. He says AOS. Let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Let's see. How do I do that? Oh yeah, we didn't even do a. Yeah. How many members are in here? Just Jared? Cryptic, you're the only member in the house, I think. What should a poll be? Give me a poll, my man. It can be anything, just not something that would get someone banned. Poll. All right, AOS. How many people we still got in here? Yeah, everyone hit the like button, please. We got 35 people watching. Let's pull up AOS. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got to look at ACH too and XCN. We'll get there, but when the super chats come in, I gotta take care of those first. Paying customers are prioritized. What were we saying last time on AOS? Let me see the monthly. I mean, it's doing what the rest of the market is doing. It's also even trying to form a very bullish reversal pattern, maybe. It's doing the higher lows, and of course, depending, if you do the shapes or not. But if we were to do this downtrend, uptrend in play, forming this little triangle pattern, so there could be a breakout to the upside very soon. And you're holding a 382, so low to the high, you are bullish over 34.5. And it looks like if you can get up over 37, 38, break out over 41, then you'll break to the upside. But it doesn't look bad here. It looks good. It's another coin that's grinding up. It's probably, next time we talk about it, it'll probably be all the way back up here, putting in a higher high at about 68 to 70 cents. Doing a 2x move. Just like, what did we just look at? That coin that was pumping. Whatever we looked at, just like that one where it pumped up and it hit a higher high. That's what they're doing. They're doing the macro bullish setup, and that's really all you can say. And then as for AOS, where's our target on AOS? So let me get the smaller one out of the way. So as long as you're holding that, it doesn't look bad. Yeah, AOS, $5. Oh yeah, we didn't look at Pingu either. Yeah, AOS to $4 to $5 would be a 14x from here. You got to realize it already did this large ass run. But that was probably your bottom, because clearly support, turn resistance, turn support. That's your macro bottom. It's grinding up $5 before you know it. Not bad. Oh, what was the other one we had to look at? Yeah, where'd DZ run off to? Someone go wake DZ up from the Shadow Realm and tell him to get up here, because he already missed dogging me. FOMO is coming. I'm here. He says I'm here. Let's see. All right, Pingu. I don't remember the Pingu target. But it is, like he said, it'll be a good play. But, oh yeah, it's not looking bad. I don't know about $1, though. Yeah, Pingu's got the bullish setup here also. Large move up, falling wedge. Is it going to come back down to the trend? Probably not. There's not enough time left. There's just not enough time. I'm going to say no. I'll say no to that. Unless it happens really quick. So depending on where we want to draw this, let's see the daily. Yeah, depending on where you want to draw it at, we are below the 236, but it's kind of holding in this area, just like it did back here. So is it going to go lower? Probably not. As long as you're above the 618, 382 at 2. As long as you're above 2 pennies, it's still macro bullish, and we would just end up pulling this down like this. But it's looking good where it is now. But as for it going to $1, let me go ahead and move this out of the way. Yeah, if you look at the larger weekly and monthly candles, they're holding to 236. So as long as you're over 3 in the pattern, it's bullish. And pull this over really quick. Pingu. Maybe. Okay, I won't say no. I won't rule it out. You're already at 3 cents, and Pingu is, like I said earlier, it's very widely known. And like I said, I'm seeing more and more of the pudgy penguins all over the place. So I would not rule out $1. $1.30 would be all the way up here. 50 cents to $1. 50 cents would be about 16, 17x, and then $1, $1.30, 42x. I could see that. It's got a very bullish looking chart, so I would say, why not? Someone said 10 cents. Oh no, it's going way higher than 10 cents. There's no way it's only going to hit 10 cents. FOMO is coming. Memes or DeFi run first? There ain't no telling. Y'all need to subscribe. I appreciate that, Cryptic. Yeah, I think it's $2 a month or $1. I don't even know. XCN. Oh yeah, I know people are burned out. What's up, the how-to? How you doing? Yeah, we still got to do XCN and. All right, let me take Pingu off. Solo. Let's see. Yeah, XCN broke support, so it's probably coming down lower than we think. Yeah, it's down below the 618, but that's what we went over last time. We drew the little trend line here, made a lower low, so there's nothing at all bullish on it. It is boring. It's been consolidating forever, so right now, as long as you're below 1.2 to be exact, a 15% drop back down to 0.09, sub a penny for a moment, hit the final support, hold a much larger trend, and then we can move up. Not bullish until it gets back over 16, and we know it's not going anywhere until it gets back over 2. So if you're holding XCN, you cannot get excited until it gets over 2. If it gets over 2, then we have something. But until then, it's just bearish. And once we get over 2, I think it's going to make a beeline for, that's a 5x to 5.5, and then higher than that. But yeah, it's below 618 support, so as long as you're below that, it can come down. Short-term market structure is bearish. He likes gambling. Yeah, it's fun. Oh, we got 40 people in here. Yes, someone come up with a poll, and then everyone hit the like button, please. Much appreciated. And we'll see how long we can stay on here today. I'm going to refresh the page, and then we'll get into... Oh, solo. I guess solo's up next. But I am going to get up and get a drink here in just a moment. Sologenic. Yeah, it looks exactly the same as all these other coins. So until alt season gets here, it's just sideways and chop. All right, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. I will be right back. So just hang on. All right, we're back. Are we still here? We are back. How many people did we lose? Wow, we went from 40 to 23 just because I took a break for a minute. All right, you guys still here? Let's see what we got. Robert, have we done Crow? Yeah, we did Crow. Crow's going to $2. Yeah, Crow was the coin that was pumping. It simply put in a higher high. What was the turbo price target you said? Get out of my face, stupid gnat. Let's see here. What do you think of Jasmine? What's up, Klein? My crypto space live. Come on, get off. Let's see. Yeah, it'd be nice to make it in this market and then go to a casino and actually have some money to play with. All right, looking at solo. Still bearish below the 382, high to the low. It got stuck. Looking at the monthly candles just to take out the noise. Doesn't look horrible, but it's still bearish. As long as you're below 40 cents, you're bearish. Put in a lower high, but we'll draw one more on solo. I know someone used to come here all the time asking for solo and corium. Who was that? Yeah, you're trying to hold the 382 right now. So if it can hold, what is that? 35 and a half. If it can stay over 35 and a half on this candle here, let's see the weekly. The weekly is already closing below it. No. So your weekly candles are already below. So 35 and a half, you got to get back over to be bullish short term. You are putting in higher highs and higher lows, just like everything else, curling up a little bit. Stock RSI is coming down to reset. So if it can end up holding 35 and a half, be in good shape at this point. And then let's just take that one off. And then even real short term, if you want to call it that. Yeah, you're below. So as long as it's below 35 and a half or so, you could still come down 618 retrace, but still be technically alive, technically higher lows, and still be bullish. So it depends on how September is going to go. Could drop 21%, 22% down to 27. As for solo to the moon, I don't know where solo is going, to be honest. I don't solo and that corium coin. I don't know. I've never looked into them, but moonshot would be $22, $23. That'd be a 70x. Probably not going to happen, but you never know. 250 would be your 786 retracement. So if you're looking for a conservative target on solo to get out, $250 to $3, anywhere from a 7.5 to a 10x. It's possible, especially at the state of the market we're in. But yeah, we already went over Crow. We'll do it one last little baby time. It pumped. If it's not going to the moon right now, which it's probably not, that's probably it. It just put in a higher high. Didn't quite hit the 618, but you put in a higher high, exactly what it needed to do. It's probably not going to pull way down. What we said earlier was Crow is probably going to, because these are monthly candles here, it may get a pullback down to this 221. And then once you finally break 30, then you'll be bullish on it. But we're running out of time. But that's probably it for now. It's probably going to have some sort of a pullback depending on what it's going to be. So just be prepared for that. And then Crow, I think Crow's going to $2, 214, 1272 is an 8.5x from here. And then real quick, once again, the target on Turbo. What was the price? But yeah, I'm extremely bullish on Turbo at this point. Support is 3.7. That's not what we asked, but we already went over it. Ooh. But the thing with Turbo here is it's trading in the wedge. So bottom to the top, to the top, to the bottom, to the bottom. Now it's probably, because we're already almost in September 2025, it's probably only up from here. Could still wick down a little bit, so don't leverage trade this one if you don't know what you're doing. But my eyes is a guaranteed 3 pennies. 3 pennies from here is about an 8x. Guaranteed 8x from here, in my eyes. I would comfortably, if I had the money, if I had 10 grand again, I would comfortably, whatever you're going to put in, I would comfortably put 10 grand in here and just hold, guarantee myself, what would I say, an 8x to 3 pennies. It's probably going to go higher than that. So conservative would be 5, 14, 15x. And I would say that's almost guaranteed. And there's a good chance breaking the top of the wedge at a bull market, alt season coming. 10 to 14 to 15 cents, very likely. That's a 35x from here. I would not sleep bad at night knowing that I had a good chunk of money on turbo getting ready to run. I think it's absolutely going to run. Jasmine. Have we looked at Hee? No, what is that? Hee. Is that a deck screener coin? This thing? No, we've never looked at this. It's bearish. I don't know what it is. If this is it. Have I looked at it? No, I have not. It looks like it got stuck and hit the 382 and died. If this is what you're talking about. Hee. Oh yeah, smacked right into the 382 every damn time. So it's still bearish as long as it's below 007 pretty much. It's down below the 236. Does not look good at all. Could it be hitting a final bottom where you could say, by going by the chart, technically you should buy it? Not quite there, but you're below the 618, so your final support to stay alive is 0025. So if it ends up coming back to 25, it doesn't have to, but that is a support level here. Another 14% drop. It's at 2.5. It wouldn't be a bad idea if you think this coin's going to go up. That would be your final support bottom. It could wick a little below it, but good area to buy in. And if it's going to go up and run, then Hee to the moon. Let's see if it has any kind of damage possibilities. 786 retracement back up to that volume area would be a 9.5, 10x to 2.5, 3 pennies. Moonshot would be the 1272 at 14 for a 48x. But that's your moonshot, so moonshots are not guaranteed. Casinos look like they do for a reason, homie. Stay away. Yeah, but this one here in Texas is the only one in Texas, and it's not that big. It's decent. It's nice. They got a lot of machines, but that's the first time I've ever been to one. But there were people winning. People were winning all over the place. I'd imagine more people lose than win, but there was a lot of winners there. And for a Tuesday during the day, when everyone should be at work, it was packed. I couldn't imagine going there on a weekend. But like I said, my girl got right in there and she had her little game plan, what machines to hit. She did a $1 spin on her first sit down and $1,000 off of a $1 spin. Yeah, she was excited. And then from there on, losing little ones here and there, but then I think she won like a 60 here, 200 there, another 100 there. And then lost a couple hundred, and then we called it a day. But we still got away with, or she got away with, like $1,200. Didn't spend any of her own money. Because when you go in there, you get the little card where you sign up and everything. You put the card in the machine, and they give you free $20 to begin with and play with. Which I should have stopped there, because off of that 20, I did end up winning, I think 40 and then 60. And then I blew it all. But good experience. It was fun. VRA update. What's up, Rammy? Oh, we're back up to 27 people in here. Which other coin did we not look at? Let's see. Yeah, we did XCN. We did Solo. We didn't do XRP. We haven't done MEMO yet. Veracity. Veracity to the moon. Yeah, I was excited for her, but I was bummed. because the amount of people I saw winning, even if it was, I would be happy to get my money or my money back and actually win a couple $100. I would have been more excited, but it was fun. But I wish I would have made some money. But enough of that. VRA still bearish. The bottom end probably. It hit the final volume area. We've seen this so many times where it started out, it went to the moon, it's gone down and sideways ever since. Still in a downtrend, you're still bearish, you're still below the 236. Not bullish until you get over 0.05, which it'll happen at some point for Veracity. But Veracity is an older coin, so just keep that in mind. Any coin that topped in 2021 had a run. I consider a dinosaur coin, so they're probably going to, if we're lucky, 10x, but someone said something about Veracity last time. I don't remember what it was. I think it was very bullish news for him, but you got the 1272 new high retracement. So if Veracity does that, it's a 200x to 30 cents. So Moonshot is 30 cents for a 200x on Veracity. Veracity's got some good returns. I would say definitely a 618 retracement. So Veracity from where it is right now, like I said, if we draw a box on the chart, just to kind of highlight this volume area down here, it tagged it. It tagged the top. We've seen it so many times. Elon's another coin that did the same thing. That's probably the bottom. We're in September almost. So once you put the bottom in over 2, break over 5, break out over 1.5. I don't know if it's going to even do that. Maybe it does come up to the 786. We'll see. That's a 22x almost. But more likely a 10x easy. 10x easy on Veracity to 1 penny, 1.5, 618 retracements, very likely if it doesn't break down. Stock RSI down here on the monthlies, back at the bottom resetting. So it's only a matter of time before these coins start going up. We are running out of time, everyone. Can we do bonk? What's up, Zibit? What's up, meh? Zibek, please. You live too early. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is right now. Work and everything else going on, I just have to do it when I can do it. Not like when I didn't work and this was paying the bills, which this doesn't pay the bills at all anymore. So would love it to, but it's just not there at the moment. Bonk and Zebek real quick. Yeah, no one ever came up with a poll. Let's see here. I think we did the same thing on Bonk as we did with Turbo. I don't remember though. Bonk on the overall chart. Let's see if that's it. Shiba swap, Bonk. Oh yeah, we did the same thing on Bonk. Bonk and Turbo are doing the same exact thing. So yeah, Bonk's gonna be Bonk made me. I don't. Oh man, damn! Why did I look at this? Someone saved me from the shadow realm. Jesus, I need some money to put in the market right now. Bonk's at the bottom too. It's doing the same thing Turbo did. It's bouncing off of the bottom of the pattern here. High to the low, you're over the 382 at the moment, so if you want to consider it short term over 4018, bullish. Could still pull back just a little bit here, but I would not worry about it. 13% drop. Could even drop a little further with a wick, 30% drop. But you have to take that chance. But it's right here. We're running out of time, like I said. I know you can't really see this, but back to the top of the wedge. Where's that? That's December, November. So if it comes all the way back, yeah, oh man. Okay, so maybe Bonk is the play. Yeah, I would definitely put money on Bonk and Turbo, not financial advice. It may still drop a little, but as long as you don't, like I said earlier, leverage trade and get liquidated or whatever's going to happen. If you're just spot buying, ready? Like I said, it could drop 15 and wick down 30% at some point if we're bearish for the next month. But just look at this from where it is now in price to the top of the wedge. Keep in mind, alt season's coming. When alt season kicks in, Maybe that's the juice to get it up there, and maybe it goes higher. But put a decent amount on Turbo, get your little 8x from where it is, and a decent amount on Bonk. And like I said, to me, that's a guaranteed almost 20x. A guaranteed 20x on Bonk. To, what is that? Jesus. Now yeah, I think I said that before, but I'm bullish on Bonk too. 304. Back to the top of the wedge. A couple of large candles spawn in here on the monthly candle. Bull run status. Just like it did back here. Oh yeah, I can see it. Large candles spawning in. Yeah, man. Where do you buy Bonk? What is Bonk on? Anyone know what Bonk is on? Because Bonk's a guaranteed 20x from here. There's a lot of other plays too, but maybe we need to do that. Zoom out to the monthly on all these other coins and see what they tell us. Maybe that's going to tell us the top for these coins for this cycle. That could very well be 20x left in the tank for Bonk. An easy 9 to 10x for Turbo. Because you'll probably have a wick above, so it'll probably be over a 20x for Bonk. Over a 10x for Turbo, guaranteed. Let's see. NVIDIA earnings report right now. Yeah, what did they say? I heard they were coming out today. Yeah, we did Ondo, Dog and Me. We haven't done FET and Memo yet. I was waiting for you to get back in. We're waiting for DZ to get back in the house. What's up, Flawless, Spiko, and Moonwell? Demas says Caspa has smart contracts on the 31st. Did the chart show bullish? All right, let me do. All right, since DZ's here, let's do Mamo really quick. Yeah, why are you guys messing around with these? I don't know. I don't know what some of these coins are, but do your research on them. But I think the play is going to be some of these big meme coins. I mean, there's new ones. There's Toshi and there's Pingu and so many others that are going to be good plays also. But as we just went over, what's another coin like Turbo and Bonk? Pepe maybe? Maybe we could look at Pepe. But Turbo and Bonk are guaranteed money in my opinion. No doubt about it. Mamo, you know what? Mamo. Yeah, this is a newer coin. It's got a very bullish looking chart. Low to the high, it looks like it's... Can't really see it. Yeah, it's coming down to your 618 support and putting in a higher low. So could it go lower? Yeah, it could, but it's got an overall chart that's curled up. Let me move this one out of the way. Short-term bullish back over 16.5. Not the biggest respecter, but that's good. Let's pull it down. But it's just a good-looking chart for Mamo. I don't know what else to tell you. As long as you're putting in higher lows, it's bullish. But Mamo, it did pull back. Where's Mamo going? I have no idea where Mamo is going. $1? I don't know what Mamo is. Let's say $2. $2 is almost a 15x from here, but it looks really good. So what I was going to say is we're going to draw this. Nope, not that. You know, depending on how you want to draw it, of course. So it looks like this thing's going to break to the upside once it's over 27.28 cents. Then it'll start running. Once it's over 28 cents, it's bullish to the upside. And as for how far, no one knows. What's up, Tate? He says shipping is pumping hard sideways. Brutal. Yeah, but it's got a good overall chart too. Shipping's gonna surprise, I think. How does Caspa look? Caspa. Oh yeah, I was looking at Caspa earlier before I got on the stream. Caspa's chopping around, going sideways. If we zoom all the way out to the monthly, you can see what I mean here. There's a downtrend and an uptrend in play, but I do think that was the bottom. And it looks to be bullish in this. Once it breaks over, yeah, once you get back over 9, it's bullish, and then breakout over 10.5. Yeah, 10.5 is what we've been looking at on Casper for a good while. It depends on what the market's going to do, because clearly there's still room to chop around in here a little bit before it gets squeezed. It doesn't have to get squeezed, though. It can just move up and get over. But you can be bullish on Casper once it gets over 10.5. You are still putting in higher lows, which is bullish. You just need to put in a higher high. So if it holds higher lows and then comes up here and gets over 13, puts in a higher high, then the macro overall chart for Caspa is bullish, which it doesn't look bad where it is now. And then I don't know when Caspa is going to get listed on any good exchange, but I would say $2 is fair. $2 Caspa is a 22x. Moonshot, oh shit. Moonshot's going to be about 5. That's a 56, 57x from here, but it doesn't look bad where it is. Bonkers on Coinbase and Uphold. I appreciate that. All right. So yeah. I just need the money to buy them. Jeez. How's Polyswarm? Bonkers on Solana Phantom Wallet. Oh, really? Yeah, I can do Solana the Phantom Wallet. That's not a problem. It's on Robinhood. Oh, yeah. See, with Bonk being on Robinhood, Turbo has smaller market cap. Yeah, that's super bullish. Bonk on Robinhood. Just imagine when all the people pile into Robinhood and they see what little cryptos they have. They're going to pile into Bonk. Bonk's going to go to the moon. Bonk's going to be a good play. But yeah, we did Ondo and Dog and Me, my man. Dog and Me's not moving. Ondo's not moving. They almost have similar charts. They're not bullish, but they're just sitting there. They're not doing anything, my man. RSI on MML is resetting, yeah. I mean, we're getting to that point where if you're not getting in soon, you're gonna miss. Which, like I keep saying, I'm dangerously close to missing getting in the line to get my ticket for a couple of rocket ships. They're about to close the gate and say nope, back to the shadow realm for the next 3 years. Come back then. That's gonna be brutal. Not just the sideways action, but just knowing that we're going to the moon and everyone's making it, and you missed buying your ticket, and you just gotta watch. Sadly, wave from the shadow realm as they take off. I'm excited for you guys that have been buying in. Some of you guys got a bunch of coins. I would be on cloud 9 if I had you guys' wallets. Polyswarm. Yeah, and someone asked about Well earlier. I forgot about Well, but Well's probably going to $1, $1.30, I think. Well's got a very bullish chart. Polyswarm's not bad either. Polyswarm's down here on the bottom. Not a bad time to be buying in. It's bouncing along the uptrend. It's putting in higher highs and higher lows. Extremely bullish looking macro chart. So Polyswarm's going to be a good play too. Is it going to go to the moon and go to 40 to 50 cents? We'll see. That's a 20x. Anywhere from a 20x to what? Yeah, 25x. That's not bad. It'll probably put in a higher high. So it looks like if you're on Polyswarm and you just need a little move, it's probably good for a guaranteed 10x, especially where we're at now. Alt season coming in. It's on Coinbase, low market cap. You'll probably easily get a 10x out of Polyswarm from here, and that's probably your bottom because it's bouncing along every time. Bullish back over 2, breakout over pretty much 5 cents on Polyswarm. Bet on Crow, double by tomorrow. Not financial advice, just be careful. We went over Crow a couple of times. It just did this. It put in a higher high on the macro chart. So I would imagine, I don't, if Crow goes to the moon right now, so be it. But it's probably going to have some sort of a little pullback and then it'll go up. That's what I see that all the time. When the coin's pumping, we look at the macro chart, it put in a higher high. Then whatever it's doing, from the lower low or the lower high, or the higher low rather, and then to the higher high, and then up here when the green candle's in and it's going. I've heard that many times where people say it's going to double, triple by tomorrow. It's going to be up here by tomorrow. Because I understand you guys want it to go to the moon right now, which it may, like I said, but it's probably just doing the macro market structure it needs to. At some point, it's going to do that, and it's going to do a move similar to this, where it has a little pullback, and then it's too late, and it just goes. So just be careful with Crow at this point. Nice little pump, but it's probably over for now. If it doubles by tomorrow, congrats. I will never not be excited for you guys making money. But yeah, Bonk and Turbo for the win. What was the, Pepe. Let's look at Pepe. We hardly ever look at Pepe, but Pepe's another big meme coin. Pepe's probably the new Shiba. Let's look at the overall chart. Let's see if it has the same structure going on. Okay, we've looked at it before. Not really. It is holding bullish over, what is that, 401, breakout over 4015. Let's move that out of the way, because I just want to kind of see. I do think Pepe is going to be a really good play. If I can get these gnats out of my face. But is Pepe another winner? Is Pepe on Robinhood? Oh, never mind. We're on the weekly. Yeah, let's see what we can see here. Oh, come on. All right, this one looks like it's just trading a large channel, which is not bad because it's at the same spot. Or whatever you want to call this. Megaphone. We do it there. All right, we'll be conservative. We'll do it there. So we'll say it's down at the bottom of the channel. The other ones were in wedges. So let's see what Pepe is going to guarantee us. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but that's what the chart's telling me. This does not look bad at all. So let's see if this does tell us something. Because these are monthly candles. All right, we're getting stuck at the 618. We're trying to hold the 382, but that doesn't really matter. It looks like the 1618 is possibly the target on Pepe here. Maybe even the 2. Oh, yeah. Let's see what kind of move that is, though. Yeah, Pepe is another one. Wow, all you got to do is buy Pepe, Turbo, and Bonk and just sit back and wait. Wow, there's thunder. Just like Turbo. I don't know the market cap on Pepe, but 408, a guaranteed 8x from here. Sleep comfortable at night knowing that, because it's probably going back to the top. And if it breaks out to the 2 level, 15x guaranteed. Not as good as Bonk and Turbo, but it may even go higher than that. But what I'm looking at is just this, the guaranteed. It's probably guaranteed. Pepe, Turbo, and Bonk, especially Turbo and Pepe, they're guaranteed for a 10x guaranteed. No questions asked. Give me my 10x and get out of here. Not financial advice. DZ, my man. Yeah, we did Ondo, Dog and Me. Ondo and Dog and Me aren't moving. They're not bullish. They're not doing anything. They're not moving. But Toshi. But yeah, I guess we're going to... what did we not do? All right, I guess we'll end this with Toshi. We've been on here for a while. Oh, Toshi. Yeah, we could do the same thing with Toshi here. Toshi to the moon. Man, we're just going to go through all the coins and get our guaranteed prices and see. Which some of them, like I said, will probably go way higher. But yeah, Toshi's very bullish. Still holding or just getting stuck here, making higher lows. It's about to get squeezed out of this pattern to the upside, in my opinion. And it doesn't have to be now. It could be October. Still got a little room here. Still got room to go down. But overall, macro chart looks very good on Toshi. And I think we said Toshi to what? Did we say 3 penny? I don't remember what we said. What was our Toshi target? Oh, a penny to 2 pennies. So 2.5 pennies is a 40x pretty much from here. Yeah. But it doesn't look bad. What I'm going to do, let me go. Because we can always redraw everything. But doing the same thing here on Toshi. And a rising wedge. Depending on where we want to draw it, of course. Let's draw down here. Yeah, it already bounced off the bottom. And it's already moving. Let's see. But yeah, we're going to end it here with Toshi. Toshi's going to be a good play. I appreciate the super chats that came in. Appreciate you guys coming in. I will probably end up streaming tomorrow. In the evening, it'll be a later stream, probably around 4 or 5 o'clock. But yeah, you're sitting pretty over the 786, high to the low. You came back down, you tagged the bottom of the wedge, you tagged the 382, and it's already on the move. So back here was the time to buy in. Pepe. Yeah, that's not a very low. Yeah, Pepe's going to go way higher than that. Or no, Toshi. I don't know why I said Pepe. Yeah, just seeing, but good for a little 3x, 4x move, guaranteed probably. But not a bad looking Toshi overall chart. It looks good. It'll probably break the top of the wedge and just go to the moon. Like we said, penny to 2.5 pennies. Two and a half pennies for Toshi. Yeah, you guys are bullish on Crow. Welcome to the end of the bullishness. It's over. When you guys start getting bullish on a coin and the market's not ready to go yet, it's over. Pack it up. We done missed it. Yeah, AVT is the same thing. It's not bullish yet. Bottom is not in. It hit this bottom area, so that's more likely the bottom. It looks good here. Nice looking chart down and sideways. It's been going sideways lately. Once AVT, I think AVT is going to be a good play. It's on Coinbase, and they have all the coins in circulation. So over 2, bottom is in, over 285, bullish, breakout to the moon over pretty much $5. And I do think, what are we looking at here? Aventus, AVT. Yeah, Aventus is going to surprise just like Shipping. Anywhere from a 10 to a 15x easily, I think. But yeah, Shipping is bullish sideways, but it has a very good looking overall chart. A couple of plays that no one really talks about that I would buy. I would rotate into Shipping and AVT on Coinbase. And I guess Polyswarm. Polyswarm has a good chart. But this one's going sideways, same thing. It's holding the bottom line over 4.6. Bullish over 0.08. Breakout over 2. I mean, Shipping ran hard last time. Is it going to do it again? I don't know, but if it does, it could be a good play. 30 cents would be a 57x. Excuse me. It's over. It's over for now, maybe. We'll see. I mean, nothing's moving. We're still going sideways. Nothing has really pumped. Crow, I guess, is the pump for the day or the week, whatever you want to call it. There's always one coin that's pumping and then the top is in. But this is exactly what we see on every chart. If it goes to the moon, it goes to the moon, but you'll probably get a move like this, a pullback. Could be the 0.5 at 21, could be 15 down to 3 at 2, and then we go up. Like I keep saying, we're running out of time, but clearly the market structure. Higher lows, higher highs. It just put in a higher high and there's already a wick forming. It looks bullish, but just be careful. If it cannot get over 30, it's going to pull back. If it gets over 30, then it'll continue to run. But it's doing the same thing it did here. So we'll leave it at that. And it was telling us it was going to pump from this hitting this trend again. So we had time to buy in down here. Because you're putting in higher lows, lower lows on the monthly stock RSI, bullish hidden divergence, and now it's already ran. It had two large monthly candles spawn in back to back. So just the only thing I'm saying is be careful. It could pull back to 21 here and then have another large candle spawn in, but if it just keeps going, gets over 30, then it'll have a nice spike up to 50. And you'll move up and do another 2x move. Congratulations. But crow to $2. And the NVIDIA earnings came in positive. All right, we'll end it on FET for DZ. I appreciate you guys coming in here. I will be back on here tomorrow. Yeah, I can't wait till we flip bullish too, like actual bullish, because there's no revenue on the channel. I can't survive with this. What are we looking at? FET. Oh, FET. Yeah, FET doesn't look bad. Well, I don't know where FET's going to end up. $8 to $10 maybe, 10x. And then it's over. I think we said that before with this. 1618 retracement, and then it's all over. But we'll end it on FET here. Like I said, everyone please hit the like button on your way out. Everyone pile back into the shadow realm until further notice. Yeah, the 1618 is coming into play. Just like all these other coins, all we got to do is draw the large macro pattern. And more likely than not, these coins are coming back up. Especially since they're all down at the bottom. Just a rough drawing. There we go. You get the idea. But top to the bottom, back to the top, back to the bottom. So back to the top. It's going to give you almost a 12x up to the 1618 at about 770. And the fact that all season's coming up, it'll probably go a lot higher than that. So I would say guaranteed on this one is a 12x from here. 8, maybe it hits $10 for a spike up, maybe higher. So a 10 to 15 or 12 to 15x is probably guaranteed on FET. Moonshot would be $40. Like I said, a breakout from the rising wedge to the upside. But I would just focus on this $8 to $10 range, because that's a 62x to 40. But it doesn't look bad. But yeah, FET's not in a bad spot. I mean, these coins are just, they're on the macro, they're not in a bad spot. Like FET right here, there's no time for it. I mean, it could always do something like this, of course. It fakes us out. We could pull that down to here and say it needs to come back down. But as I pointed out before, this macro box here came into play again perfectly. Resistance, support, support, right on the box. So as long as you're over 54, this thing's in good shape. The only other thing we could do on FET would be drawing from one of these lows to the high. And let's see. There's a million different things you could do with these coins and say, hey, it's bullish, hey, it's bearish, hey, it's holding support. But yeah, if we draw it here, you're down below the 0.5. So any lower than the 618, the top here at 54, 55. If we're going to be bearish in September, then, you know, we could always get a move down. That's a pretty large move, though. 50% drop, and then the bottom is in again, and then we go up. But that would put in a lower low, so that's probably not going to happen, so just forget that. It looks good here, so we'll just keep it bullish up here. Keep your hopium. But Undead, can we wrench Slava key? Can we wrench Slava from moderator? He will behave. How do you know he's going to behave? He's one of the nicest and quiet people. I'm going to put you in the bathroom. I'm going to put you in the timeout room for lying. I'm going to put Slav in the timeout room for lying to us. All right, we're going to end it on this one right here because he said, can we do a large macro channel like we did for Pepe on what? Cookie Dow. Cookie Dow. Cookie Dow. Cookie Dow's too new, I think. But yeah, this is absolutely it. Cookie's the last one. Remember, you guys can support the channel by going through Cash App, PayPal, buy me a coffee. It's really much appreciated. I would really like to get back into the market someday. And we're getting close. You guys are going to make it. And we're going to be bullish. We're going to have hundreds of people in here running around not knowing what to do. Oh, I think we already did that. We already did that, my man. Yeah, it's doing the same thing. Let me get some of this clutter off really quick here. So you're holding the 236,618 low to the high short term. So you're holding that 618 at 13. Let's move that out of the way. You're over the 236. You just hit the bottom of the channel once again. So this is not a bad spot. You put in a higher low. Like I said, these are not always going to be perfect. But depending on how you want to draw it, you're back at the bottom of the channel. You're holding double support. That's probably it. Not a bad spot to be buying in Cookie Dow. Cookie Dow back to the top of this channel here. Not a bad move. Wow. So this could be the target for Cookie Dow. It's going to do nothing until alt season kicks in, and you're going to have 2 or 3 large weekly, monthly candles spawn in, and it's going to come up to the 1618 at about $3.90 to $4. So yeah, Cookie Dow could be a guaranteed 30x from here. Another one. Wow, we just need to do that on the coins and just look at our targets. They don't have to all do that, but the fact that we're almost in alt season and things are going to go vertical, why would these coins, especially something like Cookie, why would it not go back to the top of the channel? The bull market's going to be the fuel to get those candles in here to get it up there. And then it's going to come all the way back down to the bear market. It's going to do something like this, go down and sideways for the next however many years. Yeah, Cookie Dow's not a bad play either. Cookie Dow to the moon. All right, but yeah. I need bathroom too, by the way. Behind the woodshed with the whooping stick. Damn. Go get a little switch off the tree. Beat his ass. Slav will behave then, huh? He'll behave if he gets the switch. But yeah, seriously, my man Slava, you want to be a moderator? Like Silver? You're in consideration. We'll see. I can't think of anyone else that would be a good moderator. Because we're getting run out of time. Ooh, that was good. Yeah, I don't know. Some of you guys, Silver, and I don't know where Flipcoins is from. Slav, I know where you're from. He says he's going to ban everyone. See, he's already acting up. He's going to be a moderator, and he's going to think back on when Silver beat him with a switch, and he's going to ban everyone. Oh, man. But I was going to say, if we make it, Maybe we'll get together and go hit up the casino. But I got to make sure you guys make it and don't want to hurt me. You guys are going to make it. We're going to make it. We're going to go get some good barbecue and go to the casino. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, where's Ross at? He just brought up Yosef. Yeah, is Yosef listening in? I mean, Yosef used to always be here. Where's Roger? Roger's stuck in the Mexico shadow realm. He can't get out. Hope Roger's doing all right. Hope the shadow realm in Mexico's not punishing him too bad. But yeah, Yosef, Ross. Who was the other ones that used to come in here? I can't even remember right now. But yeah, we're rambling now, so we're going to end it here. I do appreciate you guys coming in. Everyone hit the like button. We will be back on here tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. And we'll do it all again until we finally go up. But yeah, with that being said, none of this is financial advice. Thanks for watching, everyone. Good luck. Be careful. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.